West Coast co-captain Oscar Allen's afternoon took a worrying turn as he collapsed behind play in the final quarter of a heavy 34-point defeat to Carlton, forcing two trainers to assist him off the ground. The vision was confronting. Allen slumped on his knees, clearly in distress, and unable to walk unaided. His condition will undoubtedly be a concern for Eagles fans and club officials alike as the club assesses the severity of the incident. Carlton, meanwhile, surged to a dominant victory, reaffirming their finals credentials. The Blues looked ruthless in all areas of the ground, dictating play with clinical ball movement and a composed forward line. Their pressure game was relentless, and West Coast had no answers for long periods of the contest. Earlier on Sunday, eyes turned to Adelaide Oval where Kysaiah Pickett reminded everyone why he's Melbourne's new $1 million man with a dazzling display of agility and instinct. His electrifying goal on the run, twisting through traffic and snapping from 40 metres, was a highlight, but ultimately it was not enough. Port Adelaide's Mitch Georgiades stole the show with a career-best 7-goal haul. It was a masterclass in forward craft, reading the ball in flight, outmuscling defenders, and finishing with deadly precision. The power ran out 25-point winners and tightened their grip on a top 4 spot. Georgiades' performance will surely draw Brownlow whispers, as he continues to show signs of becoming one of the league's most dangerous key forwards. He now sits just outside the top 5 in the Coleman medal race. For the Demons, it was a bitter blow. Despite moments of brilliance from Pickett and Petracca, their midfield was overwhelmed, and defensive lapses at key moments proved costly. In more devastating news from the AFL world, Brisbane Lions have confirmed that key defender Jack Payne will miss the rest of the 2025 season after suffering a ruptured patella tendon in his left knee. The injury occurred during Saturday's tight 11-point loss to the GWS Giants, a game where Payne had been one of the Lions' best until the moment of collapse. Scans confirmed the extent of the damage late Sunday, with the club releasing a statement expressing their devastation for the 24-year-old. It's a massive loss for Brisbane's defence. Payne has been a cornerstone of their backline, known for his intercept marking and physical presence. Coach Chris Fagan described the injury as cruel and heartbreaking, for a player who had just found career-best form. The Lions will now look to a mix of youth and experience to cover the void, with Darcy Gardiner likely to shoulder more responsibility, and younger options like Harry Sharp expected to be trialled in coming weeks. The Giants, buoyed by their win, continue their late-season surge. Jesse Hogan was instrumental with 3 goals, while Josh Kelly amassed 32 touches in a performance that reminded fans of his class. At the MCG, Carlton's midfield was again sublime. Patrick Cripps, Sam Walsh and Adam Serra dominated the clearances, while Charlie Curnow booted 4 goals in a return to form. The win lifts the Blues into 4th spot with a percentage boost that could prove crucial come September. West Coast's woes deepen as questions swirl around their conditioning, game plan, and depth. The collapse of Allen was emblematic of a side physically spent and mentally overwhelmed. Coach Adam Simpson, under mounting pressure, fronted the media post-game and admitted the team had lost its identity in the face of adversity. He stopped short of confirming Allen's status, pending further medical evaluation. Elsewhere, Fremantle continued their solid form with a gritty win over the Suns at Optus Stadium. Nat Fyfe wound back the clock with a commanding performance in the midfield, while Jai Miss slotted 3 goals to keep his breakout season on track. Essendon delivered a nail-biting win over St Kilda on Saturday night in a match that went down to the final seconds. Jake Stringer's late goal sealed the deal, and the Bombers now sit just outside the top 8 with growing belief. The AFL community also paid tribute this weekend to the late Ron Barassi, with a minute's silence observed across all games. The legendary figure's impact on the game was celebrated with commemorative banners, armbands, and video tributes. Injury carnage wasn't limited to Brisbane. Hawthorn's Will Day will miss up to 6 weeks with a fractured collarbone sustained against the Bulldogs. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs' own injury concerns continue to mount, with Tom Liberatore subbed out due to concussion protocols. Looking ahead, the Thursday night blockbuster between Collingwood and Sydney looms large. The Pies are flying high, while the Swans are desperate to arrest their recent slide. All eyes will be on Nick Dacos, who continues to dazzle with his blend of composure, vision and execution. The AFL ladder tightens with every round, and as teams jostle for finals positioning, injuries and momentum become key. For now, the spotlight remains on the battered Eagles, the resurgent power, and the heartbreak in Brisbane. Stay with us for all the fallout, team news, expert analysis and more as Round 14 continues to shape one of the most unpredictable seasons in recent memory.